Hello, we are recording now for MOOC. We have a guest today in the program that is performing tonight at North Jazz Festival in Rotterdam, Netherlands. And it's Hélène Duret from France.
Hello, yes.
Hélène Duret is a clarinet and bass clarinet player, improviser, and composer. After studying cinema and theater, she studied classical music and jazz in Montpellier and then in Brussels. At the same time, she is developing collective projects based on global sounds from the Balkans or Caribbean. Recently, you had a beautiful trip to Colombia, so we also would be happy to hear about that. Inspired by the idea that sound and music can be perceived as sound textures and that musical traditions can be diverted, she creates, plays, and composes for her own jazz and improvisational music projects, the Fur Trio, and the Synesthete Quintet, among others, also working on some new productions, right? Myself, Martyna van Nieuwland, I am a researcher, curator, and advisor, active in music and interdisciplinary field. Today, together with Hélène, we will discuss environmental and challenges for jazz professionals, both musicians and organizers. We'll address our personal ways how to cope with these challenges, sharing inspirations, solutions, and some of our own ideas that we have when we do our work. So first question to Hélène. You're one of the most wanted French musicians at the moment. At which stage of your career are you now, being achieved already a lot, but still going and making new things? How do you find yourself in this position? Where are you between this being still young but already accomplished? How are you feeling about that? And I'm curious really about your current projects because I know that you are very busy.
Yeah, I feel really usually I work a lot and I compose a lot since many, many years. But in terms of career or in terms of tour and where I tour and with who and where, I think yes, I'm in somewhere in between the young musicians and the more established musician. Yeah. Yeah, I'm playing as side musician for Daniel Lamman. That gave me the opportunity to meet a lot of people through Europe. Also, I was making this program Jazz Migration some years ago. So yeah, it mixed a lot of people, musicians, promoters, people who are working on finding money for projects. So yes, I'm in the middle of everything.
And you're also middle of communities, right? In France, France is famous for collectives, and this is also the part of your work that you are not the only one, but you are doing, of course, a lot of individual projects, but you are doing also a lot for the communities and collective.
Yes, it's a good reflection. I don't think too much about that, but yes, I'm working in collective with other musicians, but more for to give the opportunity to the project to exist, to have more power because we develop a music kind of experimental. So we need to be unit to make it possible.
And I think that this is something very distinctive for France and what makes the scene very strong.
Okay.
And not only on artistic level, but also on a social level and a human level. And that's why France is one of the more diverse and to be my personally one of my favorite country for jazz and creative music.
Oh, great.
And you are the one example. In the sense that we've been also know each other for years, and I followed you through different stages.
Yes, I was living for about 10 years in Brussels, in Belgium, and I keep my activities there because I'm on the label Igloo Records, and with some friends, musicians, we created kind of association in France, and we created that to develop our project through Europe. So this is a link between Belgium and France first, but now it's more international.
Yes, and speaking on international, you travel a lot, playing all around the world and requires a lot of travels from you. So this is the clue that we are going just to talk about more sustainability. And you personally are very concerned about the carbon footprint and how what is going on with those travels. So I wanted to ask you about your ways how to pursue global career and environmental sustainability as well, because your travels are not only by train whenever is possible in Europe, but also intercontinental, like to going to Colombia and other places. So how do you do that? And secondly, it's like second part of this question. You were part of European Green Pilot Tour already with Daniel. Last year, you were playing in the Netherlands and in England. So you were having really these long travels by train. And is it the way how you do it normally, or
Yeah, for to be
how do you do
honest,
it?
yeah, to be honest, it didn't really change because I always take the train mostly. Uh, um, I'm using my own bottle of water of tap water since a long time. I eat vegetarian when I'm on tour because I don't want to eat meat or fish that I don't know where or what it is. But I found it really interesting to give support to that kind of way of living of making music. And I did also a Green Pilot tour with Suzanne Trio in Finland and Estonia. And yeah, we were really care about not using plastic. And Charles Gilles, the organizer of the tour, is always cooking. He never buy food in fast food or shops with too much plastic, which is really nice because we had the opportunity to eat well, and it's also good for the body.
And he's also very concerned about local products,
Yeah,
right?
totally.
But for our listeners, because we're doing the project that will be released on a MOOC platform, and Charles Gilles is also from Lyon, where the heart of MOOC is coming. So from La Periscope, from the venue in Lyon, and Charles is a Frenchman living for already a few decades in Finland. So he has the both worlds, French and very Nordic. And he was really like for me individually like precursor of like the pioneer of green touring. He's been doing that before it was in fashion or it was demanded. And I think that he is a very good example, and he really put it on the next level. That not only local products, but also self cooking and healthy meals.
Yes, I have a big remember. We were in a train in Finland, and he was cooking in the train with all the Tupperware, the box with everything, rice that he cooked the day before, rice, vegetables. He had the plates, and he made it all for us. It was really funny, but I was like, okay, this is maybe the future, but the company of train don't know yet. It will come.
Yes, and
Because
long distances, right? Also in France and in Finland, you have to travel far. If we're in the middle of Europe, like I don't know, in the Netherlands, Belgium, these distances are a bit shorter. But when you travel in Finland all the way, it's quite far.
yeah,
So
yeah, it's like 7 hour things like this. Yes, there is bars in the trains, but they are not. I don't know if they are concerned really deeply by the changing, because when you want to eat, it's really expensive. It's not good. There is plastic everywhere. So, and sugar and um, yeah, it was nice to make this experience with Charles Gilles.
yeah, so greetings for Charles, sitting and doing and being the first one and like really doing it very thoroughly and deeply. So that was other, but and you mentioned already a few different things during our talk. Like for example, having your own water bottle. that you don't buy this plastic each time. And what is your experience with the venues? Do they also provide this water, or they rather use the plastic water?
Since a few years, yeah, it's like I would say since 5 years maybe, like since after COVID, I start to see people trying to, or the venue trying to avoid the plastic. It was really new, and I was like, oh wow, nice. Because my first experience with this, I was like 25 years, and I had a roommate who were really engaged with that. She never used plastic for anything, and I was admiring her because it's really a lot of work, and it inspired me a lot at this time.
So you had that already at home, and not only touring, and not only for purpose of art, but
Yeah,
also
I try.
every
I
day.
try. I do my best, but it's not easy. But
Yeah, especially with moving, right, and having this life of musician. But what I was very impressed by you already some time ago, that I know that when you travel, you also try to avoid this kind of short travels. When you went to Colombia, you stayed longer, and you are very well organized in this sense. That it's when you have to go somewhere, you're staying, and I think that this is also a very good way for or some kind of indicator for promoters who go like almost every weekend to some other festival, and for 2 days, 1 day, 3 days maximum. And I also actually was inspired by you with that, and I also decided to go now more rare, like less often, but staying longer, even in Europe, whenever possible, of course, by train. But then I decided to skip some things. But when I go, like for example, to Finland that we mentioned, just to stay, combine it with maybe private vacation or see some friends, but just to change the way of thinking about travels. So how is Australia? Like, I'm very curious about Colombia,
yes,
especially because it's quite recent.
yeah, in Colombia, of course, I took the plane from Paris to Bogota, and I tried to. I stayed 1 month. My travel was the 1 whole month, and I stayed more than 1 week in Bogota first for playing, meeting musicians, and making sessions and improvise. Then I went to Dominican Republic in the Caribbean. I took a plane again, and then here I stayed the 1 whole week again for playing and take time to meet people. And then I went back to Colombia with the play in Cali, in the south of the country, and here I also decided to stay in Cali. I didn't uh, go everywhere like to make tourist stuff. Also, I was not there to make tourism because it doesn't interesting me, and I was here to really meet people and play. So if you want to meet people and play, you have to stay minimum 1 week is the minimum to connect with people, and yeah, and after that I went back to Bogota, and I again stayed 1 week to make other recordings and go more deep in the meeting. Um, so yeah, that was the principle. I organized everything to have the time to stay in the same place, in the same city.
And this is also some, when I think about you as a musician in global terms, it's also the signature that I have in my head about you, that you are so flexible artistically, that you have projects like with Daniel Erdmann. It's a therapy of the couples, right? So it's French German, then it's now a French Colombian, when you are the French part, right? Like the stronger representative. And then now you are here in the Netherlands, having this French and Dutch connection. It's a new project,
Yeah.
right? It's completely.
It's a completely new project with Boy Aki, Monica Chiari, the singer, call other musicians to come her duo. Uh, so we are playing together with Mike Reed on the drum, Fanny Métayer on tuba, Peter Sumura on trumpet, me on clarinets, and Joshua Wick on cello. It's really a nice combination. We didn't know us before, so it's only about improvisation. And yeah, I can say that we all use only our instruments. The guitar player Niels use pedals and amplification, but we are always only one instrument. We don't have synths or pedal or yeah.
It's also very sustainable in terms of our sound production because this is also something that is very demanding, like the whole in music industry, the whole equipment, like the technology, the energy that it demands. This is also something, but that was the purpose of Monica, the leader of Boyati, Monica Kihari, that you mentioned, also to be very thoughtful, right, about sound. Like she also is one of the travelers who has collaborations in the world, but in a very thoughtful way. So I think that it's both the demands, because sometimes I feel that it's a very big, uh, but like a big load on the artist's shoulder, that they have to do a lot. But whereas like the other part, and of course there is demand from the audience and from the organizers, from the venues, festivals. But sometimes I have the feeling that it's a really high demand from the artist. And one artist, first of all, you have to do your work and international work, and on the other hand, yeah, where is about the rest?
Yeah.
So this is something like when I will speak from this perspective, that how much we can do. We are at big festivals where there's a lot of plastic still, and there is not enough recycling, right? I
Yeah.
wonder how you experience that. You are at different festivals all around the world, and
Yeah, it really depends. Sometimes there is festival or venues really concerned by everything, and most part of the time, venues and festival were really not concerned. So we are always in between every organizations. Um, Also, I would like to say that yeah, when an artist get an idea, musicians or I don't know, theater or cinema, it demands a lot of materials, lot of equipment to go deep in the ideas in the creativity. So I know that it's a lot of I don't know what to say in English. Uh, yes, this is consommation.
yeah, like yeah, consuming.
Okay, consumption, the consummation, let's say, is really big. I think instead instead of the travel and everything. I think, but concerning that point, I really don't know what to do because it's important that an artist can go deep in his ideas. So
Yeah, and also like we also know that about the importance of PR marketing. Like you are also present on social media, but
yeah,
I think that you also don't overdo them, right? I follow you and I see that you're posting important things. It's not like everything, or overload. It's something that it's also thoughtful. And I think that the making choices is here important. What you really want to share, what you don't need to share, and but yeah, it's important to have. I don't know how important it's for you. Like for example, merch, or, t-shirts, bag,
yes,
because this is actually very serious production of waste, and
the outfit of the artist outfit is really important.
especially that women are always under big pressure, which is very unfair. But yeah, how do you perceive it?
Um, um, I always prefer the secondhand uh, shops because I really like that, and there is a lot of choice, and it's really cool. But also because a question of money. If I had more money, maybe I will buy outfits more like new. But I will try to because I like to check how the shops or the mark are making the outfits.
Yeah, if it's like upcycle
Yeah, upcycle, but each time it's upcycle is really really expensive. So I would really love to wear upcycled or how do you say that bio and bio trouser or uh, but as it's so expensive, it's not possible. So
Yeah, was also a matter for me that I discovered like upcycle shops. Just it's maybe off topic, but it's in the topic because this is really the clothing is the biggest polluter in the world. So clothing industry, I discovered some labels of upcycled brands from Central Europe.
okay,
From Hungary, from Czech Republic, which are much more affordable. And of course, I don't buy often. I don't like shopping. I don't do that often. But like once a year when I'm in Budapest or once a year when I'm in Ostrava at the festival, called Ostrava, I go there. This is one of the pieces, and they are not expensive.
cool.
So this
Okay,
is also
yeah,
something
maybe
that maybe we should think, or we should also solve it. I can imagine like in England, France, in West Europe, it's much more expensive. And yeah, this is like also the cost of production and the cost of living. Everything is come together. But yeah, I think the second hand is
it's the solution.
and to support I don't know, young designers who are doing this book work, and they're not yet like so high on the demand that this is more affordable. But in general, I know that this is the big problem also for organizers who need to prepare something, sell merch of the festivals, and then a lot of bags, a lot of t-shirts. If there is this way of thinking to prepare it in the way that is like from recycled materials, it's already a big step, I think. But yeah, it's also a matter of choice. Do we really need those? Do we have to buy? We are now at North Sea Jazz. Of course, they have very beautiful layout, but it's also a matter of do I really need this T-shirt for 40 euros that is made with I don't know where it's produced. Maybe it's more thoughtful at here in Rotterdam, but usually it's not. This is the fast fashion, right? That's where we have to deal with. So yeah, foods and clothing. This is one of the biggest issue because we use it every day.
Of course.
We cannot do that, right? We don't use to travel every day, but this is something that concerns.
But we can. There is a change. I see it really like all the tote bag are more and more recycled with recycled cotton or I don't know what. Uh, yes.
Yeah, so there are some things that we just mentioned. We talked about our personal experience, and we are looking forward to see you, Ellen, like all around Europe and beyond with different projects. You will be returning to the Netherlands in October. This is what we are doing actually. The purpose is green travel. At this time, Ellen will travel with Fur Trio, and you will be in different countries around Europe, supported by Europe This Network.
Yeah, we will be in Germany, Belgium, and Netherlands. Yes.
We are
Great.
looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So the leader of the project is CAP in Belgium, in Ostende, and we are just doing this recording a bit to talk about the initiative and also the ways, especially for MOOC, like how really the artists can work with the sustainability. So that was Hélène Duret, and look forward to see you tonight.
Thank you, Martina. Thank you very much.
Merci.
See you tonight.